d. E for egg and E for elephant. E e e e e e. F for frog, F for fish. F f f f f f. G for goat and G for grass. G g g g g g. H for hand, H for head. H h h h h h. I for ink, I for insect. E e e e e e. J for juice, J for jar. J j j j j j. K for king and K for kite. K k k k k k. L for lamb, L for leaf. L l l l l l. M for man, M for monkey. M m m m m m. N for neck, N for nose. N n n n n n. O for ocean, O for oar. O o o o o o. P for plum, P for parrot. P p p p p p. Q for queen and Q for quail. Q q q q q q. R for rope, R for red. R r r r r r. S for sun and S for sunflower. S s s s s s. T for tab, T for tub. T t. U for uncle, U for umbrella. E for violin, V for violet. V v v v v v. W for well and W for water. V v v v v v. X for box, X for fox. Y for yacht and Y for